the West now is the South. You know what I'm saying? Like California is Texas now. Californians moved to Texas. Real Southerners, right? Moved to like the East Coast, and then you know what I'm saying. And the East Coast people that didn't want to live there, right? For whatever, it's not based off of economics necessarily, but it's based off of like cultural economics. The reason why Californians moved over here is because like everything's cheaper here, and we have a lot of land and resources, and so they actually can like do their businesses. They can like create the things they want to create over here. You know what I'm saying? That's why they moved here. And then you know what I'm saying. Texans like were basically people that are in the South and whatnot, right? Southern mentality, Southern aspects. Now have completely moved to the southern region, which is your Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Louisiana type of states and whatnot, right? And so that even that mentality, but like people there in the South, they already have their independence, they have what they want, and so now it's like it's time for them to move north. You see what I'm saying? So people that are from the East were supposed to move north, New York City and stuff like that, because they have it already. They probably get degrees in technology and stuff like that, work from home. They don't need to go out, so they can go to places that don't need like hard labor. You know what I'm saying? And then the people that were working in those areas and whatnot, right? New York and more communications and like things like that. They don't have hard labor there. They can move to California because California definitely is not going to use hard labor, and you need to have the money to live there. And so it's mostly tech savvy. That's why people say it's on fire because it's like you can't. You have to be at the top echelon to like even work there to live there. I gotta make a lot of money, but how you make all that money is because, in so many words, you're not making money when it comes to physical work. You're making money based off the internet, and that's like not a real place if you be honest with yourself. And so like it's not about how much time you put in, how much work you actually produce. It's about how you can just hit copy and paste how many times, type of thing. And so it's kind of like that, you know. So that's pretty much what that situation is. And so, and plus you can also set your own prices on things. Like you can just say whatever. Be like, oh, this is $100. It's like the internet. So that's what that's about. And so that's why this cycle thing. But you have to know how to map it based off of who you are. You know. So it would have been best if I was someone to live in Texas. I would have to go to like the east or those southern states. You know what I'm saying? If I want, but most people you can't do that now because now we're on a shift where it's like you have to do it on a level where what do you want to do? With your life and who you are, and once you can figure that out, based off of the economics, you can now figure out what you want to do. So I remember meeting somebody when I was traveling who was from Michigan or north and going south, and it's like, well, why do you go south? Well, Michigan, all that stuff, they usually used to have like in the very industrial era, which was for a long time now with the oil and gas thing. It was about like, you know, industrialized. So there was like factory jobs, things like that. So they had jobs over there. But where are you gonna go now where all you gotta do is hard labor? So you have to go down south, where these Californians that are coming in with all this money to create these businesses are gonna have jobs for you. And if that's what that was about. And so, and plus Texas is cheap, you could live here on a job. And so that's what that was about. So moving to the south, but that made sense, you know. And I didn't realize that. I thought I was supposed to go left, like go clockwise. So I thought I was supposed to go to California. So I tried to go in that direction, but then I realized that's not where I should have went. You know what I'm saying? Because California is Texas now, but I wanted to go to California for what? Not for those aspects where for California used to be. You know what I'm saying? And so who's in California now is New Yorkers, and that's based off of the fact that they can build wealth basically, other than manual labor jobs and stuff like that. More like and using their brain, you know. And so based off of that, it's like I should have just went to New York. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like I'm from the South. I could probably go to what I'm saying. I should have went to New York on that aspect, or go up to to Michigan and stuff like that. You know, but I'd have to do it differently. You know, I'd have to be more tech savvy and things like that. And so that's really what the notion was supposed to be like over there, or maybe like what I'm saying, like the Northwest area, the West, things like that. That's where I should have went. Even the Southwest would have been somewhat better, for my development. And I could see little glimpses of that, when I was in my travels in Austin and stuff. But it's just like it's just crazy to see like you know all this stuff like conspiring. And the way I'm looking at it, and it's just like everywhere in Houston, it's just like it's so run down. Like we used to actually have really nice places to go and do things to do, and it's at a point where it's so run down. It's like people are not leaving their house. I always see places people don't even leave the house anymore, like at all, like at all. And I understand too because like there's so much homelessness now because of this like this inflation, this this drainage of people that are outdated and their mindsets are outdated and they don't serve the system anymore, or these systems what I'm saying that these people in power are trying to keep what I'm saying uphold. It's just crazy to see like how there's nobody outside except crackheads because crack is cheap. You can make it. You know what I'm saying? They're not even doing like good drugs anymore. They're doing like cheap bullshit drugs that just fuck you up, fuck up the mind, and it's just kind of crazy to see all this, and see how like it's just everything's dying down. You can't even get like a regular job anymore. Like you have to like be tech savvy. I forgot who said it. Some singer, black guy, perm, big black guy, dark skin, goatee. I don't know his name, but he said it. I saw an interview on Instagram or something like that. Like he said, like one day you to just have a regular job, you have to know how to program a computer. And so, and they're saying that our cities look like circuit boards and things are getting faster, right? The spiritual community says things are getting faster and faster. And it's like, it's not just getting faster. Things are getting faster. Like the bus I used to take to leave this neighborhood to get into the city and just, to be around civilization, in so many words, like literally used to be like every 30 minutes. So if you miss the bus, you have to wait outside for an hour. Now it comes every 10 to 15 minutes. Like what's happening? So things are just moving more quickly, more efficiently, more faster, and it's going to be like current, currency, like current. So it's going to be like a circuit board. Like if we get faster and faster and faster cars, these Teslas are going to like, it's going to be like iPhones. They're going to like keep on upgrading it faster and faster, and they don't even drive their cars anymore. So it's like those older Teslas are going to be like, given to the poor people. Just like that's how cars work now, and so it's like just see that's going to start happening too. It's like what Teslas are gonna get better? What Teslas are gonna get better? So it's like oh my gosh, like you know, like we're gonna be working like cities are gonna be like little circuit boards. And they're gonna be running really, really efficiently and fast, so fast that it's like you can't keep up. And so you're not gonna see people out on the streets anymore. Like we're just like almost like we're just going to like going to